Hey guys, Alex here, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to correctly set up your microphone for your video shooting. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And let's get started with the first point. Since the microphone in your camera is often bad at best, you should consider buying a little external microphone. There's 4 options that I'll show you here, there's more for sure. Even the cheapest one have a really big improve from the microphone that you have in your camera. And the most expensive one that I listed are not the most expensive that exist, but they'll give you really good audio for your videos. Those microphones are mostly shotgun microphone pattern. They'll really reject all the sound that is not right in front of them, which is useful for video shooting because you mostly want to have the sound that is coming from your source, which is in the framing. But there's other option that you could consider that are the lavalier microphone type. Those are usually omnidirectional, but I tend to prefer the shotgun microphone because of the placement where you can put it. And I think that the lavalier microphone that you put here usually sound kind of muffled, and I'm not really a big fan of it. One of the key points when you have a microphone is to get it closer to your sources, which you can't do with your in-camera microphone. The reason for that is you want to have a better ratio between your source and all the environment sounds. And when it's closer to your source, you don't have to crank up your gain as much, which will lower the noise floor of your preamps. To get your microphone closer to you, you'll mostly need some kind of stands. There is the microphone stand, or you can use other more camera stands or like whatever. Be creative, you just need to get your microphone closer. Right now I use this microphone stand, and since I did not have the proper adapter you get from my standard microphone and the more camera kind of screw, I did use this little arm. When you're placing your microphone, you want to put your microphone just as close as possible. So right now I'm just a little out of my framing, just here. That's the setup where I sit usually. You can see I have the microphone here, which is just that length from my mouth. If your microphone is even closer to you, and you end up having some wind noise that you project with your mouth, you might want to use one of these little foam, which will be used as a pop filter. If you're shooting with those kind of microphone, you'll need this, and just put it right here, like this. Another point that you want to pay attention to is your gain structure. When you're recording in your camera, sometimes it's set to auto, so the camera decides what is the gain that it's giving to the microphone to get your audio out. And often the auto is not really a good setup because it plays a little too much, and yeah, sometimes you will end up with some distortion because suddenly you spoke really louder. So instead of that, you should try to go in manual mode and set your recording at around -12 dB, which gives you some headroom if you even go louder, and it will have a decent volume. This volume you can crank it up in post after, so don't put it too loud first, because if you have distortion, you cannot get rid of that. To have better result, you could consider buying some of those external recorder. There is a lot of different one. Personally, I use right now the Zoom H5 recorder. Preamps are quite good. I can go outside and take some audio with the stereo microphone that are on it, and I have 2 more input to take other microphone, like my shotgun or this one. The last point that you want to pay attention to is your environment. In fact, it's not the last. It should be the first one that you look at. Because if you have a bad environment that is noisy or that has too much reverb, too much echoes on it, like let's say a really empty room, you will not be able to work with that. And when you listen to your footage after, it will be too late. And my last advice is listen to your sound. Listen to it before going to your computer, because otherwise you might have really bad surprise. just make sure everything is alright. Like this, I did it as well. I just plugged my headphone into my recorder. You could do it in your camera. And then you listen. You notice that you have a good gain. There is not too much noise around. There's no distortion or weird noise or whatever. And then you record. No bad surprise. So if you enjoyed this video and did learn some stuff today, I recommend you to subscribe to my channel to have more details on how to record. And if you did like it, just hit the like button as well. So see you next week. Bye.